Hey guys, so quick product review today. I'm going to be looking at the Seismic slide pucks. These are the premium hard version. So yeah, check out the review. No disclaimer for today, just a big old thank you to my patrons. These were $26 and I used the money from my Patreon to purchase them. So if you do want to support me, if you do want to see more reviews like these, you can sign up to my Patreon and you can even vote on what products I'll be reviewing next. So thanks. Let's get into the review. The Seismic slide pucks are very slidey and slick. Definitely one of, if not the slickest pucks that I have ever used. They glide across the pavement and it feels as though you have ice attached to your gloves. It also feels as though your hand doesn't slow you down at all and just kind of glides across the pavement. In comparison, Ojums feel more buttery and they kind of do slow you down a little bit. I mean, that slowdown is very negligible altogether, but yeah, in comparison, these feel a lot icier in comparison to the Ojums. Because they're very slick and because your hand doesn't slow you down at all, when sliding I felt I could really finesse and control my board better. I also felt as though I could force and put my weight on the board directly. I think this is the greatest strength of these pucks and will be the main reason that I purchased them again. They allow for better control and you can really push into your deck hard. If I was racing, these pucks I think would be the go-to for me. I really think the ability to sort of put all your weight on the board and have that much control is really important. Now when I do say control, I don't mean that the difference is astronomical. It's just marginal at best, but if you're someone who's trying to squeeze all the performance out of your board, yeah, these pucks are the way to go. As always, there's an in-depth write-up that accompanies this video. If you want a more detailed approach to this review and want something more coherent, because sometimes I don't make as much sense as I would like to, I really recommend that you check out the written write-up. Link in the description. So thanks to that slickness and because of this beveled edge as well, these pucks perform really well over rougher roads when they're new. And yeah, they just slide, they don't really get caught in cracks, they perform really well over uneven pavement, over rough roads. They just do it really well. And this is very reassuring and I was able to skate these roads very confidently. And that's one thing I really liked about these pucks, how they performed over rough roads. Of course, as you wear past that beveled edge, you do get more of a sharp edge and that characteristic becomes less. But because they're still quite slidey, they're still going to perform better than I say other pucks, like even the Ojums on sort of rougher roads or places where your puck might get caught. So yeah. Also, because I know someone is going to ask, this is just an Ojum with a attached to a puck riser. This is a puck riser from Transcend Skateco, and yeah, it's just you touch it, the puck riser to the puck, put it on your hand, and you have a bit more room between yourself and the puck riser, and this prevents your fingertips from being scraped when you put a hand down, all that good stuff. So that's what it is. It's just a puck riser. It's not a puck. This is the puck. The one thing that really surprised me about these pucks is how noisy they are. When you put a hand down, these things make a lot of noise. They're by far some of the noisiest pucks that I have ever used. Now, this is bad if you're trying to be stealthy and low-key, and let's say you're skating a neighborhood session and don't really want to make too much noise for the residents of that area. These pucks will not be good for that. But if you don't care about that, if you're out skating a mountain or something and you don't really care about noise, then these are fine. Another place it could be an issue is how sensitive your ears are. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I put a puck down and it's so noisy, not necessarily these ones, and it's so noisy that sometimes I get ringing in my ears after. So yeah, if you're someone with sensitive ears, then that could be an issue. And yeah, it's not really nice to always have your puck screeching in your ear when you put a hand down. It's just generally not very nice. So that's just something to keep in mind with these. And as they wear down, as you pass that beveled edge and on to make this thing like more square, that noise is going to become more. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. They're very noisy. These pucks aren't the most durable. I haven't been skating them that long and they've already worn, like, I wouldn't say considerably, but they've worn more than I'd expect. And to be fair, that's okay because of how small they are altogether. But yeah, they're not as durable as I'd like. And for the price you pay of $26, it's quite expensive. And what would also be nice is, that beveled edge doesn't stay around for very long. It's not even a lot to begin with. But what would be nice is if Seismic also beveled this other edge, so when you do wear down past this one, you can kind of sort of flip the puck around and use that beveled edge. Ojum does that thing where they also bevel the other side. So if I did want to, I could just take off the Velcro, stick it on this side, and I'd have a pack that kind of feels as though it's new. So yeah, Seismic, please bevel this other edge and make it a much better product, in my opinion, or more user friend, I don't know. And yeah, these pucks are expensive. For $26 they're pretty pricey. Personally, I don't mind paying this much for pucks or a premium product in general, but you know, if the performance and durability is there, I'm happy. But with these, the performance was there but the durability is lacking. So are they worth it for me? Maybe if I was racing, but for everyday usability, not really. So what didn't I like about these pucks? So the most obvious thing for me is going to be the noise. Noise. They're really noisy, and it is something you can get used to. And perhaps if you do have a full face, maybe that noise wouldn't be that much of an issue. I almost always skate with a half shell, so noise is a big deal for me. But yeah, they're quite noisy and I didn't like that. So yeah, the other thing that I didn't like is how fast these wore down. And they wore down pretty fast. I felt like my $26 was just gonna wear away pretty quickly. I think if they were larger, wider, they'd wear slower, or we'd simply have more material to go through. And given the beveled edge is quite small as well, I think Seismic should really make the puck a lot taller and increase the beveled edge and just generally try to give us a lot more material to go through. I know that this will throw off the sleekness or how slidey this is, but for sort of everyday use, this would make this puck more worthwhile. So are Seismic pucks worth the purchase? And I think not really. For how much you pay, you're not getting your money's worth, in my opinion. At least from a durability and everyday usability sort of standpoint. From a performance standpoint, you're getting your money's worth. I think these perform well. But like I did say, from a durability and everyday use standpoint, no. I personally think Seismic should go back to the drawing board a bit with this one and give us a wider and taller puck. And I think this will solve some of the issues that I've highlighted, particularly the durability. And like I did say earlier, it might reduce the sleekness, but for something that's going to last longer and perform almost similar to this, I do think it's worth it. However, if you are racing, I do think these pucks might be worth it for the slight edge they might give you in performance. So yeah. And you know, I just want to close that, you know, that's my opinion. If you have any dissimilar thoughts, please comment below and share them. And so yeah, in conclusion, I do think that the Seismic pucks are worth buying at least once and like messing around with them at least once. That said, if you do want something more durable and that's going to last you a long time, I don't think these are the ones to go for. You'll be better off with more traditional pucks like the Ojums, or maybe going with for some sus pucks or whatever it is. So yeah, big thanks to all my patrons. Like I did say earlier, I bought this with money from them, so much love. And yeah, if you guys like this product review, leave a comment or something. Yeah, you'll have a nice time.